friends, my name is Aimee Rebecca and thank you so much for joining me today. If my hair looks like it is shamefully greasy today, then the explanation for that is that it is. I'm trying to train it to go longer between washes. I don't think it's working. Anyway, welcome back to another no buy year update where I am going to be talking you guys through how my no buy year went in the month of October. I missed my September no buy update last month because I was sick. So for those of you who are really committed and super interested, I don't know if those people exist, if they're out there, but if you are, then just so you know, I came in under budget. I came in £4.13 under budget. It was my birthday month and I bought a lot of cocktails. But today we're going to be talking about how my no buy year went in October. And if you are super into no buy year content, then I have a bunch. I'll link my no buy year playlist in the description box down below, as well as our Facebook group, which I have not been super active in lately, but it's on my to-do list. Number 1, top of the list. Be social. I'm a Virgo and it's hard for me. Can you hear that wind, by the way? I know I say this every week, but I think today is the end of the world. Anyway, if you find this video interesting or it brings you some kind of joy, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. But for now, let's talk about October. Quite a month. Usually I start these videos with my successes and my struggles of the month, but I don't feel like that's really applicable for October because, like, the first thing I have to say is, like, I came in way under budget, but also that was because I had COVID, so I don't want to call that a success. So instead, I have 3 points that I want to touch on that relate to my no buy year in October, things that have come up that are interesting and things that I have spent a lot of money on. So the first thing, like I said, is that I came in way under budget this month, and really for 3 reasons. The first one is because I spent a large part of the end of September and the beginning of October. I've lost the ability to speak. I was in self-isolation. I had COVID. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't buying anything. I mean, I did buy myself a Domino's because I felt really sorry for myself, but that's pretty much it. So that took a big chunk of this month, or last month I guess, and just like ruled it out for spending. Also, we went back into lockdown again. Even when I came out of COVID, I still couldn't really go anywhere. And the third thing is, because I couldn't go anywhere, not only was I not going out and like being tempted to go out for a meal or like buy stuff, but I also just have reverted back to pretty much living in my leggings and oversized jumpers and like pajamas. So I had this brief moment in September, right around my birthday at the beginning of the month, where the weather started to change, and I realized that since I've spent the last 3 years living in the Middle East, I had no winter clothes, and I was freaking out, like, how am I going to negotiate a no buy year living in the UK with no warm clothes? So that was a bit of a moment, but luckily I did get some gift vouchers for my birthday, so I was able to go out and get some jumpers. But now I'm like confined to my house again, so I'm not worrying about having appropriate clothes to wear, because the appropriate clothes for like sitting in my living room watching The Biggest Loser, it's like PJs. So for those 3 reasons, I came in way under budget this month. Way under budget. What are these hand motions? The second thing that I wanted to talk about was my project pan has been pretty successful this month, and I'm going to be uploading that a week today. So what is today? Tuesday? Next Tuesday I'm going to be uploading my project pan update, and it's going well. And the third thing, I don't even know, is it a success? Is it a struggle? It's kind of both. But I've gotten really into arts and crafts recently. Since I can't go anywhere and like be in the world, I need something to take up my time. And a few months ago, maybe you remember, I told you guys I'd gone out and spent a bunch of money on wool to make a jumper because I thought that maybe knitting would help with my anxiety, which it did 100% recommend. Who knew? Knitting for anxiety. It's a thing. This is the jumper that I knitted, by the way. It like has sleeves and everything. I'm really proud. But yeah, I kind of took that and ran with it. And that's gonna come up quite heavily in the breakdown of what I've spent this month. Should we just do the breakdown now? What kind of crazy junk Aimee spent money on this month? First on the list, I spent £118.22 on quilt making supplies. Once I finished the jumper, I wanted to try something different, and I never really learned how to use my sewing machine. I was like, this is the perfect time. I have all the stuff that I need. I just order some fabric, make a quilt. It did not have all of the things that I need to make a quilt, okay? It's not just fabric and thread and a sewing machine. You need like a special foot to put on the sewing machine. You need like this batting stuff that goes in the middle. You need like a cutting thing. And so I made the most expensive quilt of my life, of probably anyone's life. I'm gonna show you. It's a Halloween quilt. Like, you couldn't get under it, you know, like you wouldn't sleep underneath it because it's like a baby quilt. Do you see it? I'm proud of it. I think it looks pretty good. And if you were an infant, it would be the perfect size. It was something I really enjoyed doing. It helped again to manage my anxiety. And so that was £118 that for me was well spent. Okay, moving on. I spent £44.93 on takeaways. Domino's was a friend to me during COVID. Okay. I spent £22.45 at some point at the pub, and I don't remember going to the pub at all in October. Apparently I did go to the pub. Of course I did. I spent £18.45 at Lush this month. I got a new conditioner bar and I did treat myself to one of their Halloween bubble bars. I know it wasn't essential, kind of broke the no buy your rules, but like, I just had COVID, okay? So I needed something enjoyable in my life. I spent £9.99 on Spotify as per usual, £2.50 on my donation to the Born Free Foundation as per usual, and £7.5 on Halloween treats for trick-or-treaters during a lockdown. I think we got like 4 trick-or-treaters. And the last thing I bought this month was more wool. Spent £12.20 on wool because I've decided to learn to crochet. I don't know who I think I am right now. I'm like the millennial Martha Stewart, but without the fraud charges. But I'm loving it. Like, I don't know if 2020 has left me completely unhinged, but I stayed up until 1 o'clock in the morning crocheting a blanket this morning. Somebody please send help for me. So my budget for this month was £454, because at some point during the summer I like blew my budget and I'm still trying to recoup that from the months as we go on. So it was £454 and I spent £235.79, so I came in £218.21 under budget. Pretty good. Half of everything I spent in October was on that quilt. Half of my month's spending was on this quilt that is big enough for a doll. No regrets. So that was everything I spent in October. Let's see how November goes. It's crazy to think that we only have 2 months left of this year, but I am very excited for it to be over. On a lighter note, I have a very exciting video for you coming on Saturday that I've put a lot of planning and organization into, which like never happens. Usually I just sit down and think, okay, what kind of nonsense am I going to talk about today? This I actually put a lot of preparation into, so please come watch it because I tried really hard. Let me know in the comment section down below how your no buy year is going. Don't forget to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. But until next time, I love you all so much. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, and I will see you all soon.